get this fish in before the sharks come. That's it. It's a big black Uruati. The sharks! The sharks! The sharks are on it! Oh no! Oh no! They're ripping it apart! Watch out, guys! Watch out! Get out of the water! Get back, guys! Get back!
Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Look how many sharks are here.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I spend my life traveling the world, chasing monster fish.
Careful! Careful! It's gonna jump!
This time, I'm in French Polynesia.
Wow.
On a mission to help scientists study the health of reef predators. The original plan was to catch a huge, legendary carangidae, known to the locals as the black Uruati. But I wasn't ready, for what was waiting for me below the surface here. More sharks than I've ever seen before.
Oh my God.
Why are there so many?
Well, I'm gonna be able to catch a fish around here. It's so many sharks.
Careful, Cyril!
Why are they so aggressive?
Let it go!
And why can't I find the reef predator I'm after?
The extreme danger zone.
Could all these questions be related? That's exactly what marine biologist and shark expert Jody Rummer wants to find out.
Everything is interconnected.
Beautiful. I love sharks. But how am I going to complete this research mission?
Jody wants me to find and study the other predators here. If I can.
Oh, look at the shark behind it. Oh no! Poor fish! Poor fish!
Finding a massive Uruati here would be a good sign that the reef is healthy. But at every turn, it's the sharks that are waiting.
I've never seen so many sharks in my life.
French Polynesia is a vast territory comprising over 100 islands and atolls in the South Pacific, over 2,500 miles south of Hawaii. There's far more water than land here, and many of the islands are unpopulated. But the ocean is a different story. It's home to over 800 species of fish and tons of predators. It's also the largest shark sanctuary on the planet. But covering an area almost half the size of the US, it's gonna be tough finding the fish I'm after. Right now, though, that's not the only obstacle.
Way too windy and too rough to get out of the atoll. I mean, look at the ocean.
I'm on the atoll of Fakarava, a tiny strip of land in the endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean. This area is a magnet for marine biologists around the world.
Thank you so much for all your help.
That's a pleasure. That's a pleasure.
When fishing, I often help collect data for science, fish study, marine conservation,
Now we can track it.
and research.
All right, let's help the shark.
The work that you guys are doing, it saves lives.
And this time, I'll be helping study the health of the reef predators here.
Hey, Jody.
Hey, Cyril.
I just landed in Fakarava. I just got here.
Oh, so lucky. My favorite place on the planet.
Do I catch you home in Australia?
Yes, I'm back in Australia.
Jody Rummer is an American-born marine biologist working with ARC, the Australian Research Council, studying the world's coral reef systems, especially in French Polynesia. I'm gonna help her with a new study of mid-sized predators called mesopredators to see if they've been impacted by the area's shark sanctuary.
I'll try my best to catch some of the mesopredators as I'm looking for that GT, and hopefully I'm catching that black Uruati.
We're super interested in what these mesopredator populations are looking like. Your snapper, your trevally, your groupers, are they looking healthy? You know, in the face of French Polynesia being a shark sanctuary.
Everything is interconnected.
If the reef is healthy, what you'd hope to see is a lot of those middle predators and large sizes as well.
I was here 10 years ago, and already the shark population was tremendous to me. Like it was very impressive, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get exposed to a lot of sharks.
I hope so. So I would really like to know what the sharks are looking like as well.
I'm hoping I call you back in a couple of days with some good results.
Oh, I'm super excited to get this research going, so I hope you get some good results as well.
All right, talk to you in a couple of days.
Okay, see you soon.
The next day, the wind is still too strong to head out in the boat, so I'm gonna try fishing from shore.
That looks like a pretty good spot to cross here. Pretty shallow. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Look how many sharks are here. Check this out. This is unreal.
It's nice to see this many sharks. Jody wants me to catch any mid-sized predatory fish that isn't a shark. And the black Uruati is the one I really want. Since they love reefs, I should be able to catch one from shore. But reefs and lagoons are also shark territory. I don't want to catch or bother sharks, but to get where I'm going, I have to cross this lagoon.
Check this out. Check this out. They're super curious. Those are black-tip reef sharks. Out of all sharks, they are one of the least aggressive species, but you know, they're really curious. They come and check you out right away. Look what I'm saying. Look. See? They're charging me right away. Investigating right now. They're not aggressive, but you still got to be careful, you know. They're still sharks, so they got teeth. Nasty teeth.
I've swum and dove with many kinds of sharks. And if they're not excited by appraised blood or distress signals, in general, they mind their own business. These sharks aren't super dangerous, but it can do some permanent damage if they bite me. While studying sharks in the Bahamas for conservation, I met Debbie Solomon, who became a shark activist after getting bit in shallow water.
The shark was just right on the back of my foot. And it just then bit down even harder. And I was screaming, it's got me, it's got me. But luckily it let go and realized it wasn't what it was after.
So it severed your Achilles tendon completely. Wow.
Bites are rare, but I need to be careful just the same. I value my feet.
Look at this little stalker here. Whoa, look at this guy. Oh man, this guy bit the rod tip. Unreal. They're literally stalking me. I'm surrounded with sharks here. That's why you gotta keep your head on the swivel here. Hey, get out of here.
Leave me alone, shark. Come on. Get out of here. Come on, get out. Get out of here.
They're not aggressive, but still, you know, it's not to stick around here too long.
Little buggers. Oh man, I love sharks, but these guys were intense.
At least the advantage here is that the water is so clear that you can see them coming from a distance. I mean, look how beautiful this is. It's like an aquarium. Stunning. The water is crystal clear.
The reason why there are so many sharks in these waters is that in 2012, the world's biggest shark sanctuary was created around the islands of French Polynesia, exactly where I'm now. Almost 3 million square miles of ocean. It's half the size of Canada. Sharks are protected here, and from what I just saw, they're doing really well. But is it like this everywhere? I guess I'll find out soon enough. I arrive at a spot that seems really good for big Uruati. Very close to shore is a reef, and past that, the dark blue water, where it drops straight down into the abyss of the Pacific Ocean, where all kinds of predators hunt. Here, the only place to cast from is right where the waves break on the rocks.
You see, the challenge here is that in order to put the lure where the big fish are, I need to cast really far from the shore. Because you see the green water here near shore, it's not deep enough water for the big fish to be there. They're gonna be swimming right where the green water meets the deep blue water over there. It's a wall, it drops straight down into really deep water, all the way to 300 feet. And the big fish, they patrol along that ledge looking for food. This spot is really intense, but I love it. Oh, big roller coming in. You see what I do? When there's a big roller coming in like this, I use the lure as an anchor. I put the lure in the rocks and I use the rod and the line and the lure to actually stop me from getting swept out with a wave. I just cast right next to a shark. Don't take the lure, shark. Don't take it. Okay, good. Hey, you're gonna see it in the wave. Boom. Whoa. Man, there are sharks everywhere here. Everywhere.
On the outer rim of the atoll, the waters are teeming with gray reef sharks. But they're not the only ones around. The black tips from the lagoon seem to have followed me here.
Check this out. You see the black-tip reef shark there? Right now I'm kind of trapped in between the black-tip reef sharks here and over there on the reef, the gray reef sharks. It's so many sharks, it's unreal. Unreal. Oh man, there's another one there. See that? Look. Incredible. Oh, look at that over there. Oh no, he went around a rock or something.
The fish must have dived into a hole, and now my line is stuck.
Must be a grouper because he went straight into a hole, so I'm trying to let him swim out of the hole.
Groupers are one of the middle predators that Jody wants for the study. But right now, all I can do is keep tension on line to prevent the fish from shaking the hook loose.
You see, that's also the challenge with this kind of fishing, is that there's so many rocks and holes that the fish can hide in. That makes it really tough to land them. Good. I lost the fish, but I got the lure back at least. Checking the leader. It's actually all right. There was a nice grouper.
He would have been a great fish to add to Jody's study of middle predators. But at least I know they're here. And hopefully, there's a black Uruati around.
Whoa, right here. Oh. They look like a Uruati. Oh man, strong fish. Like the bluefin. Oh, the shark's on it. The shark's on it. Gotta let this fish quick. And I just saved this fish from the sharks. There was a big shark chasing it. It's exactly the kind of fish that Jody's looking for. The beautiful bluefin. Yes! Beautiful fish. It's the same family as what I'm looking for. It's a trevally, but it's a bluefin trevally. I mean, look at the colors on this fish. It's just stunning. The mix of purple, blue, iridescent blue, mixed with green. Oh, God, what a splendid animal. He might not be the Uruati I'm looking for, but it's a mesopredator, so we'll take a picture for Jody. I'm kind of afraid for the fish. I don't really want to let it go right now because there's so many sharks on the hunt out there.
When the coast is clear, it's time to release this bluefin.
All right, good luck. Man, it's a fierce environment. We say the environment is rough in the jungle, but out there in the sea, there's no mercy.
Two bites in 10 minutes. That's a good sign that this reef is healthy enough to support lots of mesopredators. I keep at it for another hour, but no more bites.
I think I know why I'm not getting any action anymore. As soon as you catch a fish, you know, like the distress signals of this fish in the water attracts the attention of the sharks. And right now, the sharks are here, so all the fish are hiding. They're not biting anymore, they're hiding.
It's a true paradise here. The lagoon inside the atoll is beautiful, and the waters are crystal clear. I fished until late yesterday, so I camped out by the side of the lagoon, right next to my blacktip friends.
They're just very inquisitive. They come close, they come and check you out. Maybe I probably smell like fish. That's why they're coming so close.
I'm working with marine biologist Jody Rummer to study the health of the mesopredators in French Polynesia. And personally, I'm hoping to catch one of the biggest and most elusive, the black Uruati. I need to find a new spot away from the sharks, and a boat would definitely help. 2 days ago, I met a local underwater spear fisherman, George. He has a boat, and apparently, he knows some good spots to find the rati I'm after. But he has one condition.
Par contre, c'est important que tu protèges mes arrières.
Contre les requins.
Exactement.
He wants to spearfish in waters full of sharks, which is dangerous. So he needs me to keep them away and watch his back while he spears.
Donc c'est moi qui sers d'appât, quoi.
We head out towards the pass, a natural channel between the ocean and the lagoon, to see if I can find big mesopredators for Jody's study. If I can, that's a sign that the reefs are healthy enough to support it. But as part of the deal, before I try my luck with the Uruati, I have to help George catch some fish to provide for his family.
Bon, on va se baigner?
On va à la pêche sous-marine.
Exact.
Spearfishing is a very selective way of harvesting fish. The spearfisherman can choose and target the exact fish he wants. But on the other hand, he can be very dangerous. And several people get bit by sharks each year. In Florida, I met ex-US soldier Cyril Chauquet, a spearfisherman who was targeting cobia that were swimming with bull sharks. It's a day he'll never forget.
Probably 8 to 10 sharks around us. And then I took one of the cobia that was with him. The sharks will also eat the cobia. Once you shoot a cob, the game changes. As I'm coming to the surface, I see out of the corner of my eye that there's a shark coming from behind me. I put my arm up and he took my whole elbow in his mouth.
Nice and easy.
I was laying on the deck of the boat in the back while they were running in, and it's the first time I really looked at it, and I looked over and I saw just my skin just filleted open. I was just like, oh man, I was like, this is pretty bad.
And I even met a man right here in French Polynesia who also got bitten while spearfishing.
Le morceau de requin.
Sérieux?
World-renowned shark expert Neil Hammerschlag has some thoughts on spearfishing around sharks.
Sharks are predators, and so you definitely have to respect when you're in the water with them. They've got the weaponry in terms of teeth, size, and power to hurt people if they wanted to. They've even learned that the vibrations of a spear gun going off in the water can signal free food, but they're not out there to get humans, because if they were, we could never, ever go swimming.
According to Neil, if sharks do show up while George is spearfishing, they'll be after his fish. And that's when accidents can happen, which is why George wants my help.
Je te couvre, je regarde en arrière de toi, ok?
Ah, c'est mes arrières, d'accord?
Ouais, je regarde derrière toi, pas de problème.
It's on. George dives down to the bottom. He tries to be as stealthy as possible, because the parrotfish he's looking for might be delicious, but are skittish and hard to catch. Meanwhile, I watch his back.
Yeah, because the thing is, well, he's so focused on his hunt that he can't see what's behind him. So I gotta watch for the sharks.
Because George and other spearfishermen come here a lot, the fish tend to hide deeper and deeper. So to find them, we have to push our search down to about 30 feet. If I see sharks, I use my pole to keep them at bay. Finally, a school of parrotfish, exactly what George is after. And while I continue to watch his back, he lines up his first shot. He got it. It's a good start. But now, because of the distress signals and blood in the water, it's only a matter of time before the sharks show up.
I haven't seen a single shark so far. Still watching his back, but it's pretty quiet around here. And beautiful.
Bullseye number 2. The sharks are here. They've smelled blood. Things could get a little dangerous.
The distress signals of the fish or the smell of blood, but they're here. They're definitely interested in that.
While I keep the sharks away by facing them down, George tries to get one last fish. Another successful shot. It's good news for George, but the sharks will get even more aggressive. Time to get out.
Fais gaffe, Cyril.
Ouais.
Là.
Là, c'est chaud, hein?
Ouais.
Ils sont vraiment excités. Ouais. It's getting really hectic down there. They're coming so close, I have to You would push him away.
Cyril, viens. On rentre ton bateau là, parce que là, ça devient trop dangereux là.
The sharks are closing in. It's time for us and my crew to get out.
Careful, Cyril.
George got the fish he wanted. So now, we can go after the middle predators I need for my research and hopefully find a huge Uruati. For that, he knows a place near the edge of a deep drop-off.
All right, here we go.
Curieux de savoir combien il y a de fond ici. 100 mètres, 200 mètres?
Entre 200 et 400 mètres.
Ah, carrément, hein?
This seems like a great place to find large predatory fish. But maybe not the ones I'm after.
Oh, shark.
There's two sharks behind my lure. Look. Look, he's coming. He's looking.
Whoa.
That's a good thing, because I really don't want to catch him. I'm gonna be able to catch a fish around here. There's so many sharks. Whoa, shark.
Oh, shark! I reel in quickly, so they don't have time to attack my lure. I don't want to catch a shark.
Man, I'm telling you, the whole idea of the popper is that it makes a lot of distress signals on the surface. It makes a lot of pops, sounds, noise. That's a sign that something's going on the surface. So they come in and investigate. They don't really know what it is, but if there's noise on the surface, it might very well be a prey in distress, something they can eat. That's why they come chasing it. It attracts, obviously, the fish I'm looking for. But any kind of predator will be attracted. And sharks, obviously. Oh my God, look at the number of fish here.
My popper has attracted the entire neighborhood.
That's a lot of boar snappers.
There are many kinds of snappers around the world. All are predators, and I've caught some huge ones before.
The African bear snapper.
With all these predators around, it looks like right here, the food chain and the environment are pretty healthy.
So hopefully, that means there should be Uratis around.
Someone. Oh, yep.
It's a small Uruati, but it gets devoured by a shark right away.
Oh, the shark's on now.
Yes, got off the hook.
Trying to bring the popper as fast as possible. Oh, that was close. Oh man, look at all these sharks. It's unreal.
C'est infesté de requins.
I've seen quite a few mesopredators so far, and it's great to see such a healthy shark population. But how am I gonna land a fish?
Quand ils sont en frénésie, ils perdent complètement la boule, hein. Ils mordent n'importe quoi à ce moment.
Ils perdent la tête. Ils deviennent fous.
That goes to show you what happens when you preserve an area. You know, you see the population of sharks here? Everybody has a tendency to be pessimistic, and I do too, about what's happening to the oceans, because it's a fact, you know, like we're depleting the oceans. But at the same time, if we stopped or slowed down, what this shows you how the oceans should be everywhere in the world, pretty much. So with a collective effort, we can still change things.
It's a good sign that the sharks are doing well, but I can't help but wonder if the same can be said for the other middle predators here. To escape the sharks, we move to a new spot and find dolphins that seem to be onto some bait fish. So we follow them. Feeding birds mean that the bait fish are being pushed to the surface by the dolphins and predatory fish below.
I'm gonna try with a jig here.
We're over a reef, and there should be the mesopredators we're after, and hopefully, big Rati.
Trolling with a jig. Technically, you're not supposed to do that with a jig, but you know what? It works. That's looking really nice. That's what I'm looking for. You know, like this is really congregated. There's gotta be somebody home. There's gotta be a predator around. Alright, here we go. I told you it worked. Maybe the big black Uruati.
I've got a nice fish on the line, but its erratic movements attract attention.
C'est un requin qui rôde là.
Oh no, there's a big shark behind it.
The fish on my line is big. I can't get it in fast enough.
Oh no, the shark's got it. The shark's eating it.
Un autre requin encore? Non.
I'm not sure what kind of fish I had on, but the shark ate it.
That might have been a big Uruati. But now, I've got the shark on my line.
It's impossible to catch a fish without it getting devoured by sharks here.
It's a big shark, close to 200 pounds.
Oh, it's not a reef shark. It's a silky. I need to get it to the boat to release it.
Silky sharks can grow to 11 feet long and were once one of the most abundant sharks in the world.
C'est fou ce qu'ils sont puissants quand même, hein?
Ah ouais.
The tragic bycatch of commercial fishing. In some places, they've been reduced to 20% of their former numbers. So it's a good sign for the health of this ecosystem that I've found one here.
That's a nice shark. It's gotta be about 200 pounds, I'd say.
C'est quand même gaffe, quoi.
All right.
I'm holding the 200-pound leader in my hand so that I can bring the shark in to release it, which is the dangerous part, getting close to its razor-sharp teeth.
I really want to get the shark to the boat to be able to remove the hook. Okay, just don't bite me, buddy. We're gonna get you swimming soon. Oh, yes, good. Got off. I got the hook back, and he got off on its own. Perfect.
Comment on fait pour prendre un poisson ici sans qu'il se fasse croquer par un requin?
The first thing we need to do is find a spot with fewer sharks. The only problem is that the Uratis and mesopredators I'm after share the same reef habitat as many shark species.
All right, sharks, leave me alone now. Let me catch a fish.
I've already lost 2 fish to shark's jaws today. I need to turn things around for Jody's research.
Yeah, here we go. Ooh, big rainbow runner.
It's a mesopredator, what Jody's looking for. And now, the clock is ticking.
I gotta bring this fish in really fast because otherwise he's gonna get destroyed by the sharks.
I bring the fish quickly to the boat, but he might be too late.
Oh, look at the shark right behind it.
Fais attention, il y a des requins, hein? Il y a des requins, hein?
I know, he's trying to eat him.
The shark is making the fish thrash, which makes it hard for me to get it on the boat.
Let me get you on the boat. Stop moving. Grab it.
More sharks are showing up. I really have to get this fish out of the water.
Gotta save it from the sharks. Oh, wow. All right. We'll make this quick, buddy. Beautiful rainbow runner. Saved from the shark's jaws.
We quickly take pictures for Jody's study and get this fish back in the water fast.
Let's wait for the sharks to go. All right, buddy. Okay, it's good. It's clear. Straight down.
It might not be the Uruati I personally want, but it's a mesopredator for our study. The only problem? We need to move yet again to escape the sharks. It's getting late, and I'm running out of time to catch a bigger Uruati.
There we go. Big snapper.
It's not an Uruati, but it's another important mesopredator for Jody, so I bring it in as quickly as possible.
I'm going to try save it from the sharks. Saved it from the sharks. Oh, the sharks are here. Oh no, he's got him. Let it go, let it go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Poor fish. Let him go. The sharks are all over him. They're eating him alive. Let it go. I need him. They're devouring him. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Attention, ne tombe pas à l'eau. Attention à tes mains.
No more fishing around here. No more.
Poor thing. Unbelievable, the way they devoured this fish. They were gonna jump on the boat.
This board snapper is a mesopredator, so we still take pictures for Jody's study. She'll be able to estimate its size.
Georges, ça sert à rien. Regarde, c'est une mer de requins.
Extreme danger zone.
There's no point to keep fishing around here. I don't know how I'm gonna find an Uruati or catch enough mesopredators for Jody's research. The sharks own this place.
Jody?
Hey, Cyril. You've got a big smile on your face.
Yeah, I got a big smile on my face, but you know, I guess it's good, but there's good and bad, or maybe there's just all good. I've never seen that many sharks in my life. Almost impossible to catch fish. As soon as I get a fish on the line, boom, the sharks, they devour it, or all the other fish hide. So basically, I haven't caught much. I've caught a bluefin trevally and a rainbow runner, and I had a beautiful bird snapper on the line, but it got devoured and turned into a massive feeding frenzy. Let it go! So what does that tell you?
I think that's super positive for the ecosystem that you're seeing so many sharks, and it seems like the balance of the ecosystem is in really good shape. They've got a lot of food, and if it seems like you've got a lot of active populations of sharks. But I think we might need to get you underwater.
Yeah, I love to dive, you know, like I'm a diver. I'm telling you. You don't want to be caught underwater when the feeding frenzy that I saw on the surface today is happening. I'm telling you, like it's just unreal. There's a lot of sharks. So yeah, if I get back to the surface alive from this dive, I'll give you another call in a couple of days.
Jody wants me to do a transect UVC, or underwater visual consensus. That means diving down to lug the fish we found on the reef by capturing them on camera. I've been in the water with sharks many times before while helping scientists do research, including reef sharks, great hammerheads,
look at the size of that
thing, and a massive tiger shark that I helped catch and study with the founder of the Shark Lab, Dr. Samuel Gruber.
Damn big shark. 3.7 meters.
I've never gotten close to a shark this big my entire life.
And which I had to help release and swim away. A truly amazing moment. This time, I won't be around just one or two sharks. I'll be around dozens. Reef sharks don't usually attack people, but I still need to be careful, especially if there's a feeding frenzy and blood in the water. A friend of mine, Mike Beach, knows that better than anyone.
When he bit my calf, I reached down and I put my hands around his jaw and I impaled my fingers on the shark's jaw.
Before Mike became a professor at the University of Miami, he used to feed sharks for a shark tour.
And we could see we have all the passengers sitting in a circle, and I would feed the sharks. But on this occasion, there was one shark who was just a little rogue, if you like, and I was aware of it, but not enough to actually stop what we were doing.
Oh, is that the attack?
That's it. No, I lost almost a half of my entire blood count.
Despite the bite, Mike has never blamed the shark.
I was the alien who descended into the world of the shark and began to feed him, and I got bitten this time.
Today, I'm gonna be the alien in the shark's world, but at least I won't be feeding them. When there's blood in the water, things can take a turn for the worse.
Here we go.
I'm diving to 120 feet to drift along the reef with the current. The ideal way to quickly cover a lot of ground and count as many mesopredators as possible for Jody's study. And hopefully, I'll see a black Uruati.
Okay, we're getting to the bottom. I already have company. Look how many fish there are. It's a good sign.
The biomass on this reef is looking healthy, but aside from a few sharks, I only see smaller animals. Our cameraman films them for the Transect UVC, while I search for bigger predators.
I don't see any Uruati yet.
There's sharks around, but not as many as I expected. And so far, they look pretty small.
Hey, little white tip.
And then, we spot our first larger mesopredators. 2 giant wrasses.
Amazing. There are all sorts of fish here. Small ones, medium ones, but I haven't seen any large mesopredators or Uratis yet. I don't know if there's any lack of food, because there seems to be enough prey. This will need to be studied a lot more closely. Look at that. It's a parrotfish. These fish feed on coral, and their excrement creates sand that ultimately makes up part of the world's beaches. If the predators disappear, it's a coral that will directly be affected.
The tide shifts, and the current begins taking me out to sea.
I'm used to currents while diving, but this current's already moving pretty fast. About 8 feet a second.
At this depth and speed, I need to be careful not to run into anything.
Are you okay, man?
And my cameraman too.
Yeah, I'm good.
An accident down here could be deadly.
I haven't seen a single Uruati.
The current is taking me deeper, and I see something up ahead.
Oh, man. This is incredible. I've never seen so many reef sharks in one place in my life.
It's a massive gathering of reef sharks, suspended in the current, waiting for their next meal.
Like Jody said, there must be enough food on the reef for them, or they would leave. But what about the other reef predators, like the Uruati? Is it possible there's a shark overpopulation here, and that they're pushing out the other predators? I thought the big Uruatis got eaten. They must have left. This definitely needs to be studied further.
Cyril, this is topside. You read me?
Read your topside. Loud and clear.
Yeah, we're currently filming a feeding frenzy at the surface, and they're being super aggressive. Be careful when you surface.
Okay, roger that, topside.
All those sharks that were calm just 5 minutes ago are now on the hunt and super aggressive. We're gonna shelter in this cave to keep out of the open water and wait for this to blow over.
This isn't the ideal hiding spot, but at least we're kind of sheltered. They wouldn't normally attack us, but with a feeding frenzy like that above us, they can become unpredictable.
But we can't wait too long, or else we risk running out of air.
Seems okay now.
The sharks have calmed down and slowly come out.
Wow, that's a big reef shark. All right, it's calm. We can safely surface now.
But just to be extra safe, I put a little distance between me and the sharks before I surface.
Cyril, the topside. Cyril, the topside. We're surfacing. About 200 feet off target.
Okay, copy that. On our way.
That was an amazing dive, and we collected a lot of data for Jody's study. But I didn't see many large massive predators, and no monster black Uratis. It's my last day to help Jody with our study, and finally catch a massive black Uruati, if the sharks will let me. But the sea's not looking friendly. Luckily, George put me in touch with Hugo, who practices a local fishing style, which works best in rough seas. He's offered to take me with him, and drop me off at a spot he says is good for Uruati. The only problem, he can't guarantee there won't be many sharks.
Man, I'm really excited to be on this boat. I've wanted to see this type of fishing for a long time. It's really epic, I'm telling you. Wait until you see what he's doing. It's intense.
Hugo chases mai, or dorado. They are massive predators, living on the surface of the open ocean. But even if they're not reef species, if we see any, it's another good sign that the ecosystem here is healthy. It would be good for the locals too, because they love to eat them. Hugo uses a harpoon, thrown from the cockpit of his Polynesian boat, which is small, but super agile in big waves.
Le temps, il est avec nous, là. Il y a du vent, du soleil. Normalement, il va rester en surface, là.
We scan the waves on the lookout for signs of mai.
Yeah, there!
C'est bon. Non, non. Mai.
The chase is on.
It's really a game of cat and mouse. Chasing the mai until it tires out. Look, it's over there on the surface. I can see it jumping.
The fish catch to the left, and the boat too. And I really have to hang on, not to get ejected overboard.
Yeah, there. Go, là-bas. Regarde.
The fish keeps making fast, tight turns, trying to lose us. And Hugo pushes his boat to the limit, just to keep up. And slowly but surely, he closes the gap. Hugo has his fish. It's time for me to finally find the black Uruati I came to Polynesia for, if the sharks will let me. Because of the wind and waves, his fishing spot is only accessible from shore.
Ouais, c'est parfait ici. Tu m'amènes à la plage, quoi.
C'est ça? Voilà, à la plage.
But according to Hugo, there are huge Uratis there.
Ciao, Ben.
Ciao.
Merci beaucoup. Merci de m'avoir déposé au paradis.
It's beautiful here on the lagoon side, but the monster fish I'm after are on the ocean side, which gets hit by a lot more wind and huge waves. According to Jody, if I find a big Uruati, it'll say a lot about the environment here.
If the reef is healthy, what you'd hope to see is a lot of those middle predators and large sizes as well.
It looks like a really good spot for large predators. The ocean currents mix with those of the lagoon and create ideal hunting grounds for Uratis. Apparently, local fishermen don't come here because there are big reefs near the surface, and the sea is often too rough. So there should be some big fish around. I leave tomorrow and only have a short time to fish here before Hugo has to take me back. So this is my last shot at an Uruati.
Get this fish in before the sharks come. That's a really big fish. Oh, look, that's a black Uruati. That's the fish I've been chasing this whole time. The sharks! The sharks! The sharks are on it. Not again! Keep firing him! Watch out, guys! The sharks are getting too close! Oh my god! My poor fish!
It was a beautiful black Uruati, but the sharks are all over it.
Oh no! The shark took the lure! Damn it! Come on, shark! Spit the lure! Get off! Watch out! The shark's headed right for you! Get back, guys, get back! Okay, good. He got off. Did you see what happened? I was fighting the fish. I had the fish I wanted on the line, and they devoured it right there in 3 feet of water. They ate the entire fish all the way to the point that he actually got hooked on the lure. Then they took the lure. And then the shark came all the way here on shore because it was chased by another shark, took off over there, freaking out, and I broke my lure. There was another treble hook right here. Can you believe it? Unreal. Oh man, poor Uruati.
Hey Jody, I had the black Uruati, I had it.
That's fantastic.
Only for a few moments though. The sharks took it away from me. They did, but right at my feet. I was so disappointed because I had this fish. I wanted to hold it in my hands and I wanted to show you. They're there. You know?
Oh, that is great news. Healthy ecosystems, healthy coral reefs need healthy predators and vice versa. So this is a great sign that the ecosystem is in good shape.
It is. And I think French Polynesia is doing